It has been 26 days since there has been basketball action at the Shark Tank. Well, that changes right now as the Atlantic Sharks girls basketball team takes to their home floor for the first time in 2021. Tonight, the Sharks welcome the Potter's House Christian Lions, who have made the 2-hour journey south down the Atlantic coast to open their 2021 campaign as well. Hello and a very warm welcome to MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. My name is Michael Trevello, so happy to have your company live from courtside on this January Tuesday night. I hope everybody out there had a wonderful. We are looking forward to the return of Atlantic athletics. A bit of housekeeping before we dive into tonight's matchup. Tonight there was supposed to be a doubleheader, the first of the season for the Sharks, with the Atlantic's boys basketball team set to take on Flagler Palm Coast after the conclusion of the girls' game. However, COVID protocol sidelined the boys' team booth tonight for their matchup against Pine Ridge on Friday. We're a little bit delayed in getting the broadcast started, so right now let's join the home PA announcer and meet the teams. Starting lineups are on the floor. I'll run you through them one more time. For the Potter's House Lions, that's Kiana Jones out there, Janacia Johnson, Javivia Thomas, Jasmine Bennett, and Jemiah Damper. Just for some clarification before we get going, there are two Thomases on the Potter's House roster. Javivia Thomas and Nevaeh Thomas. I'll be referring to them by their first names while tracking the basketball. And for the Atlantic Sharks, it's Aliana Jones, Jeshia Israel, Tristan O'Berry. Alexia Brooks comes into the starting lineup as Lindsay St. Jean is out tonight, and Kiana Bean. Sharks in their home white with teal numbers, black trim. Potter's House in the Carolina blue with navy and white accents, white numbers. Lady Lions in block letters down the front. So if the players are ready, the referees are ready, everybody in the building is ready. We're just waiting for the game to get out of the way. The head referee tips the ball, and let's play basketball. The Sharks win the tip. Alexia Brooks shovels it to Kiana Bean. Kiana Bean races to listeners left. Shovels it into the corner. The three is on the way and no good from Tristan O'Berry. Battle under the basket for the rebound, and a tie-up goes the way of Potter's House. It was a wide-open three-look from the right-hand corner for Tristan O'Berry, opening possession of the game, but you couldn't knock it down. Potter's House goes left to right here in this first half. Then the inbound comes. Full court press applied by the Sharks. Back there is Kiana Jones. She handles the basketball. Long pass ahead is picked off by Aliana Jones. Jones gets under the basket, has the ball poked away from behind, but manages to cycle it back out to Kiana Bean, and the ball is turned over by Bean into the hands of the Lions. Kiana Jones, into the corner it comes. Javiva Thomas, up and no good, and the rebound on the layup baseline runner. The rebound goes to O'Berry and into the hands of Bean. Bean across the timeline, 7:17 to play, first quarter in a scoreless game. Bean, transition three, no good. Jones fights for the rebound and loses out. It'll be Potter's House ball into the basket as they make a substitution. Coming into the game for the first time is Tristan Brown. Still scoreless, 7:11 to play in the first quarter. Brown receives the inbounds pass. It's handed to Jones. Jones tries to break contain. The ball comes across the timeline to Bennett. Bennett into the right-hand corner for Brown. Her three is on the way and good. First points of the game go to Tristan Brown. 3-0 Potter's House. Kiana Bean walked across the timeline, attacking the basket to listeners left. Ball is shoveled around to the right corner to Yisrael. Yisrael double teamed in the corner, trying to find a way out of it. Gets it underneath the basket to Jones, and it cycles back out high for Kiana Bean. Thought about a three from straight away. It comes back to Jones' right wing, and then back to the top. She dribbles it. Yeshaya Yisrael now to O'Berry. Underneath the basket, nice floated pass to Yisrael, and Yisrael gets fouled as she tried to put a left-hand layup up. And it'll be the first foul on Javivia Thomas. And at the line for the first time in the ball game. First shot up and no good from Yeshaya Yisrael. Second shot on the way, 6:28 to play in the first quarter. 3-0 Potter's House. Second shot, Yisrael is good. So it's 3-1 Potter's House. Jones to inbound for the Lions. She gets it into Brown and gets it back. Double teamed under her own basket. She tries to dribble out of it up towards center court, and her pass is intercepted by Tristan O'Berry. O'Berry runs the floor, tries to drive the lane, now kicks the ball back out high. Jones thought about a three, hands it to Bean. Bean back to Jones, shovel to the left-hand corner. A three is on the way, and good from Alexia Brooks. Alexia Brooks starting in place of the injured Tristan O'Berry and is replicating her three-point acumen early in this one. 4-3 the lead, and the pass in transition underneath the basket. The layup is no good, and the ball is swatted out of touch to the baseline. It'll go to the Sharks. It was a long pass underneath the basket, and it was looked to be an open layup for Damper, but she could not put the ball in. 4-3 Atlantic, 5:45 to go first quarter. Bean controls in the offensive zone, stands at the top of the arc. Her pass to the right-hand wing, driving the baseline, putting up a layup, foul, and one! What an impressive play by by Yeshaya Yisrael. Yisrael got the ball in the right-hand corner, drove baseline, got contacted in the shoulder, and still made the layup. Who just got the foul?
That was 12.
Okay. And it'll be the second on Thomas, Javivia Thomas, her second foul. So she probably will come out quickly. And one is going to be on the way from Yisrael, who quickly has 3 points. And the extra is up and good from Yisrael, 7-3 Sharks. Full court press again, but dribbling right through it is Jones. Jones stops up in front of the Atlantic bench and moves to the middle. Now trying to find a way past Israel in front of the Atlantic bench again. Now tries to split a double team. Hands it off into the corner for Damper. Damper guarded by Israel. It cycles around to the left-hand corner for Brown. Brown dribbles inside. Long two from the left elbow is good. So Brown has all 5 Potter's House points, and it's 7-5 Atlantic. 5:10 to play first quarter. Kiana Bean with the ball. Bounce pass right wing. A 3 is on the way from Israel, and it's no good. Fighting for the rebound is Bean, and it's controlled by Potter's House, but a outbound pass is way over the head of Kiana Jones and into the Atlantic bench. It'll be the Sharks to side out. So hot start for Tristan Brown as she has a 3 and then a long 2 to start the ball game, and that's the 5 for the Lions. And Yeshaya Israel has 4, including a spectacular and 1 layup. Ball comes underneath the basket to Jones. Bounce pass left side, Brown. Back to Jones. Jones top of the key, hands it, and the ball is cycled around to the right-hand corner and driving the lane, putting up a layup, and it's no good. It's Tristan O'Berry. Rebound by Potter's House. Long pass ahead, intercepted by O'Berry. O'Berry threw a double team at midcourt. Now looks to dump the ball off to Bean, and she does. Bean to the right-hand wing, and now backs up towards half court. To the top of the arc it comes for Jones. Jones trying to post up. Into the corner it goes to O'Berry, and now to Yisrael. O'Berry to Bean, right-hand corner. She dribbles back to the top. Gets around 1 defender, draws a double team, bounce pass to the right-hand corner. A long 2 is on the way and no good, but an offensive rebound is got by Jones. Alexia Brooks straight on 3, no. And another offensive rebound by Jones, and she puts it in. Aliana Jones gives the Sharks a 9-5 lead, trying to break contain again the Lions. Dribbling it across the timeline is Tristan Brown. Brown gets to the lane, puts up a layup, no good, but was partially blocked by Bean. Bean controls the rebound. Switches to the right hand, drives the lane, splits a double team, and gets fouled. Excellent attacking of the basket in transition by Kiana Bean as she split the double team. And it'll be the first foul on Jasmine Bennett for Potter's House. So now Kiana Bean at the line, a chance to get on the scoreboard for her. Leads the Sharks in points per game with 12.6. And the first one is up and good. So early on, the full court press from the Sharks has stifled Potter House a bit as the Lions have 3 turnovers. Kiana Bean, second of a 2-shot penalty coming. Attacking the basket to listeners left. She toes the line into her windup. It is up and it is off the front of the rim and no good. Battle for the rebound is won by Potter's House. It goes out of bounds and the Lions will have the ball. Lions in their Carolina blue with white numbers and dark blue and white trim. The ball goes in short, and a long pass intended down is over her head, picked up by Yisrael. A pass into the post intended for Brown is out of bounds, but it was tapped away by Aviana Bradley, and the Sharks make 2 changes. Into the ball game again comes Jemiah Damper, and also Jaden Houston into the game for the first time for the Lions. Into the right-hand corner it comes from the baseline. Cycle back to the top for Yisrael. Yisrael shovels it across to Brown. Brown to Kiana Bean. A 3 is good from the left-hand wing. Kiana Bean up to 4 points, and it's 13-5. And another wayward pass by the Lions as they tried to break contain is over everybody's head and out underneath the basket to listeners right that the Sharks defend. It will be Atlantic basketball as they inbound it, and Bean gets it back. Frenetic pace to the opening couple of minutes, 13-5 Sharks. Bean to the right-hand corner. It cycles back to the top for Jones. Jones, 13-5 Sharks. Bean to the right-hand corner. It cycles back to the top for Jones. Jones finds the rush of Yisrael, whose pass was deflected, but she got it back. She gets it to O'Berry. Her long 3 is no good, and then the ball is fought for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball with the possession arrow to Atlantic. That rebound, that 3 by Yisrael came all the way from the front of the rim off, and it died in the air around the three-point line. It came pretty much right back to her. Bean to inbound the ball. Across the court from us here at the scorer's table. She gets it back from O'Berry. Bean underneath the basket. Jones, hook shot no good, and the rebound is grabbed by Potter's House. Potter's House runs the floor. Crossing the timeline is Kiana Jones. Jones drives the lane, stutter step, Euro step, and lays it in unopposed. First points of the night for Jones. 13-7, Sharks lead the Lions. Bean, right-hand wing, a three on the way and short from Yeshaya Yisrael. Potter's House has the rebound, but the ball is poked away by Yisrael. Excellent defense in transition and a whistle, and it looks like Yisrael, as she was running back towards the booth. Oh no, they're gonna get Bennett for her second foul. So as Yeshaya Yisrael knocked the ball away from Bennett, she fouled her. And so Bean, right on the halfway line, inbounds the ball, then gets it back from Yisrael. She stands at the midcourt logo. Bounce pass underneath the basket is intercepted, but the ball rolls off a foot and right back to Bean. Bean once again stands out high. Guarded by Bradley. Into the left corner it goes. Jones tries a three this time. Too strong, and the rebound goes to Potter's House. But again, a long outbounds pass is too strong, and then a travel is going to be called on Alietta Jones as she was wrestling with Kiana Jones for the basketball. Back into the game comes Jemiah Dramper. Potter's House has a really big team, so they're cycling in and out very quickly. Jasmine Bennett comes out as she's quickly picked up 2 fouls. 13-7, the lead for the Sharks over the Lions. Lions inbounding in front of their own bench, attacking the basket to listeners' right in this first half. Inbounding is Houston. Long pass ahead to Bradley. And then Bradley's pass is intercepted by Bean as he was trying to throw it under the basket. Bean runs the floor, the handle, and it will be Potter's House basketball. No, it will be Atlantic basketball as the ball was bumped out by Jaden Houston. Back into the game for the Lions comes Tristan Brown. Brown has 5 of the 7 Potter's House points. 1:35 to go. First quarter, 13-7. Atlantic. Bean out high. Off the inbounds pass, it comes to Israel. Now O'Berry. O'Berry guarded by Brown. To the right-hand corner, it comes for Bean. Her three is too strong and rebounded by Jaden Houston for Potter's House. Running the floor in transition is Jones. Jones shovels it under the basket to Brown, and a layup is easy for Brown. And she now has 7 of the Potter's House 9. 13-9 Atlantic. The outside shooting has dried up for the Sharks over the past couple of minutes. Another 3 early in the an air ball, no good. Will be a inbound under the basket for Potter's House. Under the basket to listeners left. Inbound comes to Brown. Brown throws it across the cross court to Bradley. Then into the corner it goes. Try to see who that is. It is Jones. Jones throws up a long 2 after spinning to get away from O'Berry, and it's no good. Aliana Jones runs the floor after grabbing the rebound. Bounce pass to Kiana Bean. Bean, left-hand drive. It cycles back around to the top to Alexia Brooks, and then furthermore to the right-hand wing to Tristan O'Berry. O'Berry underneath the basket to Yisrael. Yisrael tries to put up a shot. Foul, crawls for foul throughout the arena, but none given. Potter's House with the basketball, and a long pass is almost intercepted by Jones. But Potter's House gets it back, and they'll run their offense. A long 3 on the way, and no good, but an offensive rebound is grabbed and under the basket. A shot is blocked by Jemiah Dramper, and it will be it'll be Potter's House to inbound under the basket that they attack to listeners' right. Jemiah Dramper comes out of the game. The ball comes in to Houston. Houston throws it cross court. A long 2 is no good, and the Sharks pick up the rebound. Fires, and it is 13-8, Sharks over Potter's House. We'll take 60 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. Live back at the Shark Tank, this is Atlantic Sharks girls basketball, their first game of 2021 against the Potter's House Christian Lions from Jacksonville. It's currently Sharks Lions 9. It was originally 13-5, but the Lions closed the quarter on a 4-0 run. Both buckets from Tristan Brown, who leads all scorers with 7. Potter's House will inbound across the court from the scorer's table at midcourt, wearing the Carolina blue with navy and white accents. Ball comes in. Jamper has it. Now controlled by Bennett. Now it comes to Kiana Jones. Jones steps into a 3 and hits it. Kiana Jones now has 5. Only 2 players from Potter's House have scored tonight, Jones and Brown. Into the offensive zone comes Bean, shuffled to the right side, and then Bean gets it back underneath the basket, posting up a hook shot from the baseline. It's good. Excellent move by Kiana Bean as she now leads the Sharks in scoring with 6. 15-12, 3-point lead for Atlantic, 7:28 to go first half. Long pass into the front court for Potter's House is tapped away by Aliana Jones. Jones runs the floor, kicks it to the corner. A 3 in transition for the Sharks is good from Tristan O'Berry. Her first point of the night. Running the floor into a double team is Jones, but breaking it, getting across the timeline, throws it to the left-hand corner. Now back up top for Brown, and then a long 2 from the right-hand corner after the ball cycles around is no good from Thomas. Kiana Bean dribbles across the timeline, throws it to the left-hand corner. Underneath the basket it comes, bounce pass to Bean, who's under the basket, and she gets fouled before she can put a shot up. She was barged into between the shoulder blades. And it will be, we'll check and see who the foul is on. 13, that's the 3rd foul on Jasmine Bennett. And checking into the game is Jaden Houston, and Bennett will be replaced. So Kiana Bean will inbound it under the basket that the Sharks attack to listeners left. It comes in at O'Berry. A long 3 is no good, too short, but an offensive rebound is got by Bean, and then a putback by Jones is no good. It hit the underside of the bar. And then a wayward pass in transition from Tristan Brown is out of bounds into the Sharks bench, and Atlantic will have possession back again. I have lost count of the number of turnovers on wayward passes that the Sharks have had. Well, they're going to say it was tipped out of bounds by Yisrael, so the Lions will inbound in front of the Sharks bench. Nice defense to knock the ball away, but it comes straight back to Brown. Brown right wing, now right-hand corner, floated underneath the basket. The pass is incomplete and picked off. Running the floor is Aliana Jones. Jones goes coast to coast, bounce pass under the basket, gets it back from O'Berry, and then Jones' layup is no good, and then she kicks the ball out of bounds. It'll be Potter's House basketball. Sharks in a press 2 defense. Ball comes in. Brown still on their own side of the floor. Now Taylor breaks the pressure, gets to the basket. 1v1 against Jones. Her layup is no good, and Aliana Jones takes the rebound. Nice defense in transition there by the Sharks. Kiki Bean across the timeline, blows past Jones into the corner. 3 on the way, and in and out from Tristan O'Berry. Ball rebounded by Brown for Potter's House. Potter's House crosses the timeline with Brown, working against O'Berry. The ball skips away from her, and it goes out of bounds across the baseline that the Sharks defend. The listeners right, it will be Sharks ball after Brown lost the handle trying to get away from Yeshaya Israel. Bailey Cameron checks in for the first time tonight for the Sharks. She replaces Alexia Brooks, who once again is starting in place of the injured Lindsay St. Jean. So that's 11 points that the Sharks have to replace tonight, and she did a good job. All right, Potter's House will inbound into the basket that they attack to listeners' right. It comes in under the basket, and then a layup and a foul is called. Going up for the layup was Javiva Thomas. Oh, no, they're going to call on off. No, they are going to call a foul. Aliana Jones picks it up. I thought they were calling an offensive foul, or she stepped on the baseline for a second because every Potter's House player started walking the other way. First free throw is no good for Javiva Thomas. Second of 2 free throws is on the way, and it is too strong. And it looks like they're going to call. They're going to call encroachment on Kiana Bean, so they're going to get that second free throw again. So here's the second of 2 free throws. It is no good, too strong. The ball comes off of Bailey Cameron's face and is taken by Aliana Jones. Excellent box out by the Sharks. Off of 2 missed free throws for Javiva Thomas. Pass under the basket intended for Cameron is picked off, and the Lions have the ball again. Across the timeline, the ball is shoveled. Jones drives the lane, and her layup is good. 17-14, Sharks lead, 5:30 to go first half. Low scoring first half, lots of end-to-end action. Bean to Yisrael, and then Bean gets it back. Bean drives, kicks it to the right-hand corner for Jones, and then a jump ball is going to be called as Jones tried to put up a 3, and tapping it was Tristan Brown. But the possession arrow favors Atlantic, so they will keep the ball. They'll inbound under the basket that they attack to listeners' left. It comes in, quick 3, right-hand corner, no good from Yeshaya Yisrael. Rebounding is Brown. Brown into the corner for Jones. Jones back to the top, a long 3 is on the way, and no good from Jaden Houston, and the rebound goes to Kiana Bean. Bean across the timeline. Bean drives the lane, Euro step, up and in with the right hand. Beautiful little move by Bean to get around Jemiah Damper. Now Damper takes the inbounds pass, long pass into the front court, and a 3 in transition is no good for Javiva Thomas. And then they're going to get Kiana Bean on a foul on the rebound attempt. That'll be Kiana Bean's first. Not in the act of shooting, so Potter's House will inbound under the basket to listeners' right that they attack. 4:41 to play in the first half. 19-14, Sharks lead the Lions. Into the corner it goes for Damper. Damper drives the lane, gets to the lane, and gets fouled as she was going up for the layup. It's going to go either on Jones or Cameron. Both of them were down there. And it's going to go on Jones. That's her second. And I mentioned foul trouble I would have mentioned foul trouble if I had gotten to do my normal pregame show. A little bit of tech issues made the broadcast had to start late. The first of 2 free throws is on the way and no good from Damper. Kyla Filippi checks into the ball game for the first time for the Sharks. She replaces Aliana Jones. And the second of 2 free throws is good from Damper, her first point of the night. 4-point game, 19-15, Sharks over the Lions. Kiana Bean takes the inbounds pass, walks across the timeline, hands it to Filippi at the logo. Ball cycles under the basket for Cameron. Cameron tries to put up a layup, and it's blocked. Nice block by Damper, and then the Lions want to run the floor quickly. It comes to Jones. Jones, excellent defense in transition by Israel to force her wide. The ball cycles up to the top. A long 3 is airballed, and no good by Jemiah Damper. It'll be Sharks ball. 4 minutes, 8 seconds to go. The majority of the scoring for Potter's House has come from Kiana Jones or Tristan Brown. Both have 7, and that's 14 of the 15 Potter's House points. Filippi walks across the timeline, hands it to Bean. Bean drives the lane, kicks it to the right-hand corner. Bounce pass under the basket to Filippi. Nice up and in with the right hand from Kyla. 20-15, 5-point advantage for the Sharks. Across the timeline under heavy pressure is Jones, and then a long pass into the corner intended for Brown is intercepted by Bean, and then Yeshaya Yisrael runs the floor. Beautiful long pass from Bean, but the layup is no good. It would have been a beautiful pass from Bean, 3/4 court right into the breadbasket of Yeshaya Yisrael, but now the ball's back with Potter's House, right-hand corner, and then rifled back to the top, in and out of the hands of Kiana Jones, but she recovers before the ball gets across the center court line. Standing on the Atlantic logo at midquarters, Jones. Into the right-hand corner, it comes for Brown. Brown immediately draws a double team. The ball cycled around to the left-hand corner. That'll be a long two, and it's no good from Damper, and Kiana Bean picks up the pieces. Bean looks to go coast to coast, shovels it under the basket to Filippi, who lays it in. 4 quick points for Kyla Filippi, and it's 23-15 Sharks. Inbounds pass comes to Houston. Then Brown gets it back, still on the defensive side of the ball. Long pass into the front court is complete, and then the Potter's House Lions will set up their offense there. Closely guarding Brown is O'Barry, but Brown breaks the pressure, gets to the rim. Her layup is no good. The offensive rebound is got by Damper, and she puts the rebound up and in. Second chance points right there for the Lions, and it's 23-17, a close contest here. Filippi, bounce pass, right-hand Bean, thought about a three but thinks better of it. And then a wild pass to the left-hand corner is into the Potter's House bench. Into the game for the first time is Nevaeh Thomas for Potter's House. Inbound to Kiana Jones. Jones finds Brown out high, guarded by Filippi. And then into the corner it comes for Jones. Her three-pointer is too short, and the rebound is grabbed by O'Barry. O'Barry runs the floor, 2-on-1 if the Sharks are quick. O'Barry gets to the lane and is fouled as she went up for the layup. And they're gonna get Johnson, Janacia Johnson, for her first foul, and to the free throw line for the first time today goes Tristan O'Barry. 2 minutes even to play first half. 23-17, Sharks lead the Lions. First of 2 free throws is too strong from O'Barry. And into the game for the first time for the Sharks comes Kamari Brown. She replaces Bailey Cameron. Brown, the junior shooting guard, hasn't played much this season. Second of 2 free throws is no good, but getting her own miss was O'Barry, but then she's stripped from behind. The Lions in transition. The ball goes underneath the basket, and then trying to tie her up is Bean. It cycles around to the top for Brown. Brown tries a three and nothing but net. I tell you, Tristan Brown is dangerous. To the right-hand corner it comes, then Bean walks it back to the top. 20-23, 3-point lead for the Sharks, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bean, baseline drive, kicks it to the top for Brown. Brown drives the lane, Euro step, floater, no good. Long rebound is fought for and grabbed by Brown, and a foul is called. Looks like they're gonna call the foul on Jones, her first. That's Kiana Jones for Potter's House. And at the line for 2 is Kamari Brown, who fought for the rebound very well. Her first free throw, though, is no good, too short. .123 to play in the second quarter. Second of 2 shots coming for Kamari Brown from the penalty stripe. And her second one is, in and out. No good, missed them both. But the rebound comes to the corner, and it's picked up by the Sharks. Back to the top for Filippi. Filippi gets a bounce pass back underneath the basket. Her layup is no good. Bench calls for a foul, but none given. But another offensive rebound is grabbed by Bean. Now Bean fires a three from long way and knocks it down. Kiana Bean, nothing but net from 2 feet beyond the line. Now the Sharks employ their full court press again. A nice rifled pass into the front court, and under the basket, the extra pass is made by Potter's House, but no shot comes. Nice double team underneath. Then the ball cycles out to the right-hand corner. A long three is no good. Battled for it under the basket. It's going to be Potter's House basketball. That long three was shot by Jaden Houston, and she missed it, and then a Shark bumped it out of bounds. Inbounding the ball is Kiana Jones for Potter's House. It comes to Brown, then Jones gets it back left-hand corner. Her three-pointer is too strong, and Bean grabs it for the Sharks. Leaves the defender in the dust. Crosses the timeline with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Bounce pass, right-hand corner. Three is too short from O'Berry, but Filippi picks up the offensive rebound. Filippi now tries a three left-hand wing. Just barely missed that one, and then Brown grabs the rebound for Potter's House. Into the front court is Kiana Jones for the Lions. Right-hand corner, three on the way, no good. That three was by Houston again, but a long offensive rebound comes to Brown in the right-hand corner, and she throws it back up top. Now the ball is thrown under the basket, and Nevaeh Thomas couldn't handle it. At the horn, oh, Kiana Bean almost got it from mid-court, and that is the halftime interval. Your score, Sharks 26. Sharks 26, Potter's House Lions 20. We'll take a short break and be right back to break down all the halftime stats and figures. You're listening to MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. Stay with us. Live from courtside, this is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. Your score at the half of the first game of 2021, Atlantic Sharks 26, Potter's House 20. And here are your halftime scoring totals for the Potter's House Lions. Brown has 10, Jones has 7, Damper has 3. That's their 20 points. And for Atlantic, Kiana Bean leads all scorers with 10. Then Yisrael has 4, Filippi Brooks has 3, and Aliana Jones has 2. Foul trouble report. Kiana Jones for Potter's House has 1 foul. So does Johnson, and Bennett for the Lions has 3 fouls. She is the most in trouble. And not very many fouls for the Atlantic Sharks, just 2 on Aliana Jones and 2 on Kiana Bean. And that is your your halftime show, as it normally would be, but since we got on the air a little bit late today, I thought I would do my pregame show right now and let you listen to the Coach Butts interview as well. So, the Atlantic girls basketball team comes into this game against Potter's House with a record of 5-2, and have played 3 games since they were last at home on December 11th. The Sharks took part in 2 tournaments over the holiday break. They dominated Deltona 73-34 and fell to Apopka at the Execute to Impact tournament in New Smyrna Beach. Then on the Battle on the Island in Fleming Island, Atlantic squeaked past Jacksonville Bowlers 36-34 in overtime before their final game of the holiday break against Hawthorne was ruled a no contest. Statistically, the Sharks have 3 players averaging double digits in scoring. Kiana Bean paces the team with 12.6 points per game. 3-point sharpshooter Lindsay St. Jean averages 11.1, but unfortunately she is out injured tonight. And under the basket, Aliana Jones leads the team in rebounds per game with 11, while contributing 10 points per game as well. I spoke to Atlantic head coach George Butts before the game to catch up with everything that has gone on since we last spoke in early December. I'm here with Coach George Butts before the first game of 2021 for the Atlantic Sharks as they take on the Potter's House Lady Lions here at home. Coach, it's been a while since we last saw you here at home, 26 days. You've played 4 games, well, 3 games. And you were pretty successful over the holiday break. Tell us about it.
Yes, we played some good basketball, played great defense. I'm hoping we can do the same thing tonight.
The chief among the victories is a 40-point demolition of Deltona, including a season high in points for Tristan O'Berry, for Lindsay St. Jean. How has she progressed as a senior this season?
She's doing a great job. She's getting better every game, and we're looking for her to keep everything going for us heading in to February.
4 games in quick succession. Any injuries mounting up? Who can you tell us about who's out tonight?
Lindsay St. Jeans is out tonight, and 2 of our post players, the Isaacs, are out. But everybody else is here, and we're ready to go. We just looked at to play great defense tonight.
Potter's House plays teams from all over the country, from Virginia to Tennessee to North Carolina. How are you looking to face the challenge for them tonight?
Hey, let's throw the ball up and play basketball. I think we'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
All right, no problem.
Thank you to Coach Butts, as always, for that interview before the game. Tonight's opposition comes from the Potter's House Christian Lions. They are a private school from Jacksonville. Despite entering tonight's contest with an FHSAA record of 1-3, the Lions played plenty of games against non-FHSAA competition, including games outside the state of Florida with a contest against TPLS Christian from Richmond in Virginia back in November against non-FHSAA competition, including games outside the state of Florida with a contest against TPLS Christian from Richmond in Virginia back in November. The Lions are coached by Jeanette Sparks in her 2nd season at Potter's House. The former University of North Florida player has coached in the Jacksonville area for John Rabeau and Ridgeview before landing at Potter's House in 2019. Here, now as we draw closer to the second half of tonight's game, here are the MJT Sports Productions keys to the game for Atlantic. Don't get into foul trouble, and they haven't, only 4 fouls in the first half. It has not been an uncommon sight this season to see Sharks with 3+ fouls in the first half stay in the game and have a chance to win at the end. And for Potter's House, they got to control the glass. Lions have a large height advantage tonight with an average of 5'8" on their roster, and 2 players over 6 foot rebounding on both ends of the floor will be their path to victory. But actually, I've been very impressed with the way that the Sharks have rebounded tonight, especially on the offensive side of the ball against much taller opposition, especially I'm talking about Bailey Cameron, Kyla Filippi, and Alexia Brooks, who, again, is in the starting lineup tonight in place of the injured Lindsay St. Jean. All right, so that was your halftime report here on MJT Sports Productions. Once again, your score at the half, Atlantic Sharks 26, Potter's House Lions 20. We'll take a 3-minute break and be right back for the second half. You're listening to MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. Want to get your business on the air in front of the Atlantic fans? If you would like to advertise via MJT Sports Productions, the official play-by-play internet radio partner of Atlantic High School, as a sponsor of Atlantic Athletics, please email Atlantic High School Athletic Director Tron Griffin at tdgriffy@volusia.k12.fl.us. That's TDGRIFFI. And your business could be on the air with MJT Sports Productions and the Atlantic Sharks. All right, we are all set to go here, second half from the Shark Tank. Reminder, your score, Atlantic 26.
I'm here with
Potter's
Coach George
House
Butts
20.
before the first game of 2021 for the Atlantic Sharks as they take on the Potter's House Lady
will
Lions
start
here at
with the
home.
ball, I think,
Coach, it's been a while
because
since we
Atlantic
last
won the
saw you here at
opening.
home, 26 days. You've played 4 games, well, 3 games, and you were pretty
Little bit of
successful over the
confusion as
holiday
we wait
break.
for
Tell
the
us about it.
referees here.
Yes, we played some good basketball, played great defense. I'm hoping we can do the same thing
going into the
tonight.
uniforms, Atlantic wearing their home white.
Chief
black
among the
stripes,
victories
teal
is a 40-point
numbers, and
demolition
teal
of
sharks across the
Deltona,
front with white and black
including
trim.
a
Potter's
season
House in
high
their
in
road
points
Carolina
for
blue
Tristan O'Berry,
with
for
navy blue and white
Lindsay
accents,
St.
white
Jean.
numbers,
How has
and
she
white
progressed as a
Lady
senior
Lions
this season?
across the front in
She's
black
doing a great
strip.
job. She's getting better every game, and we're looking for her to
Still
keep
trying to figure
everything
out
going
who
for us
was
heading
going
in
to have the
to
ball
February.
to start the second half. Oops, I realized that the Coach Butts interview was still playing, so let me run through that again. Sharks home white, teal and black trim. Lions from Potter's House High School, Carolina blue, navy and white trim. White numbers for the Lions, teal numbers for the Sharks. And we still do not know who's going to start the...
They're making them put their masks on.
Okay.
They're making them put masks on. That's why I said the
Okay. All right, so we're waiting for Potter's House to put some masks on the bench. So I can tell you that as the official healthcare champion of Volusia County Schools, Advent Health is permitted to providing championship caliber care with 4 hospitals, 4 urgent care centers, and 6 sports medicine and rehab locations across Volusia County. Advent Health is here to keep your student athlete off the sidelines and get them back in the game. All right, we are ready to go. Potter's House attacks the basket to the listeners left. They will start with the basketball. Jasmine Bennett will inbound across from our broadcast position here at the scorer's table, right in front of the Atlantic cheerleading section. And we're still waiting for the game to begin. Everybody is set except the referees. Both teams have 5 players on the floor. Kyla Filippi is out there, Christian O'Berry, Kiana Bean, Aliana Jones, and Yeshaya Israel. That's the 5 for Atlantic, and we're underway. Left-hand wing, and then back to the top for Kiana Jones. Now back to the left-hand corner. 3 on the way and rattled home by Thomas. That's her first points of the game. That's Javivia Thomas, and it's 26-23. First possession of the second half for the Sharks. Bean to the left-hand corner, and then back to Bean. Bean guarded by Thomas. And then the ball cycles still up high to Jones. Jones to the left-hand corner. Stepping inside, long 2 on the way and 2 strong from O'Berry. And then the rebound is in and out of the hands of Jones, into the hands of Janacia Johnson. Johnson runs the floor. Her layup is no good, but the offensive rebound is put back by Jones. A quick 5-0 run to start the second half for Potter's House. It's 26-25 Sharks over the Lions. Kiana Bean controls for Atlantic. A long 3 from Bean is no good, rebounded by Potter's House. Damper controls the rebound, and a long pass ahead is underneath the basket, and laying it in after a couple of nice passes is Javivia Thomas. So she has 5 quick points, and it's a quick 7-0 run to start the second half. It should be 27-26, but the scoreboard still shows 26-25. Now the scoreboard reads 27-26 in favor of Potter's House, their first lead of the night, as they've rattled off 7 quick points to begin the second half. The Sharks have fired a lot of threes tonight, not a lot of them off the mark. They've only hit 4. And then the Sharks are going to call a 30-second timeout. Your score, 27-26, Potter's House over the Atlantic Sharks. Advent Health is here for you and with you during every tip-off, every timeout, and every season to support you physically, mentally, and spiritually in this game called life. Advent Health is on your team. They're your biggest fan, and they're here to help you feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Sharks fans can't make it to the Shark Tank for Atlantic basketball games? MJT Sports Productions is the official play-by-play home of your Atlantic Sharks. Be sure to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, all at MJT Sports Productions, so you never miss a moment of the action. Bean inbounds out of the timeout to Yisrael. Yisrael tap of the key to the right-hand corner. It goes for Jones. Then Filippi gets it back out high. Guarded by her opposite number, Janacia Johnson. Oh, she puts Johnson on the floor with a nice dribble drive. But then her pass under the basket is incomplete for Yeshaya Yisrael. It was down around her feet, and Yisrael couldn't handle it. And it went out of bounds to Potter's House. Potter's House goes left to right in the second half. They've scored the opening 7 points of the second half. Crossing the timeline is Jones. Into the right-hand corner it comes for Johnson. And now it's handed back to Jones. Jones walks back to the top of the key. They give her plenty of space, and she steps into an NBA range three and hits it. 6 points in the second half for Jones, and it's 30-26. Yisrael drives, puts up a layup, no good. And it's going to be Atlantic ball as it was blocked by Jasmine Bennett. And now whistle and a stoppage of play right before Atlantic is going to put the ball back in play. And that brings in Tristan Brown, their top scorer in the first half with 10. She started the second half on the bench. Ball comes into Filippi in the left-hand corner, back to the top for Jones. Double team, puts it under the basket for Filippi. Her layup is, it hung on the rim forever, and it's no good. A put back by Jones is also no good, and Potter's House controls the rebound. But then Aliana Jones steals it as the Lions were trying to leave the zone. Underneath the basket, it goes to Yisrael, and then Yisrael loses the handle and can't get a shot off. Yisrael guarding her opposite number, Jones, but Jones makes it into the front court. The Sharks hopefully have learned their lesson. Rifled pass under the basket, and Kiana Bean intercepted the pass, but then stepped on the baseline, and it will be Potter's House basketball. Filippi checks out, and Alexia Brooks, who's starting for the first time this season, checks back in. Inbounds pass is tipped over the baseline, so Potter's House will inbound again. Jaden Houston enters for the Lions. She replaces Jemiah Damper. Once again, it's a 10-0 run to start the second half for the Lions. They lead 30-26, and they inbound to the basket. Listeners left. Houston wide open for three from straight on, and it's too strong, no good. Rebound comes to Kiana Bean. Bean walks across the timeline, draws a double team. Tries to drive, but thinks better of it. Defended by Houston. She's forced to the right-hand corner, gets to the baseline, puts up a tough runner in the lane. No good, and fighting for the rebound and getting it is Jones. Offensive rebound for the Sharks. She throws it under the basket to Yisrael, and then Yisrael gets fouled as she was going up for the putback, for a layup rather. And it will be Houston's first foul. Was that in the act of shooting? I don't think it was, so. No. So it'll be a baseline in from the Sharks, being the gunner. All four of the Sharks players on the floor in a line, standing right at the free throw line. Sharks still looking for their first points of the second half. It's been a 10-0 run for the Lions out of the locker room. Bean, the gunner, looking for a place to throw. Now she throws it to the right-hand corner. Three up on the way, and it's in and out from Yisrael. Offensive rebound fought for, and whistle is called. It's a jump ball. Sharks have the possession arrow. Nice fight for that by Alexia Brooks as she tied up Brown. And so Atlantic will inbound into the basket that they attack to listeners right. Into the corner it goes for Israel. Thought about a three, but then throws it back to the middle for O'Berry. O'Berry, left-hand corner for Bean. Bean drives the lane. Floater is up, and it's no good. And the ball is batted down into the hands of Potter's House. Kiana Jones in transition underneath the basket to Brown. Her right-hand layup from the left side is no good. The ball goes out across the baseline, and it's going to be Potter's House basketball. Now the Sharks have got to try and do something to break the momentum of the Lions right now. Lions will now try a line formation of their own on a baseline in. The ball comes up to the top for Bennett. Bennett tries a three, air balls it too short, and Kiana Bean grabs the rebound. Bean throws it ahead to the right-hand corner, and it's in and out of the hands of Tristan O'Berry, and it will be Potter's House to inbound in front of the Atlantic bench. Now the Sharks bring the defensive pressure. They try to trap Jones. Jones races across the timeline, and her pass is deflected, but then getting it back is Jones. She drives to the basket and lays it in. 8 points in the second half already for Kiana Jones of Potter's House. And it's 32-26. Brooks, right-hand corner, another three on the way from O'Berry, and she can't hit it, it's too strong. Pass too strong for Jones. She tries to run it down, and she does so ahead of Yisrael. Jones walks back to the top. The ball cycles to the left-hand corner for Brown. Brown, guarded by Bean, back to the top. Long three from straight on is good by Jaden Houston. Her first points of the contest, 15-0 the run now for Potter's House. And Coach Brooks wants another timeout. This time it will be a full 35-26 Lions over Sharks. We'll take 60 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. It's time you feel your best, physically, mentally, and spiritually, to be centered and supported, to feel the power of a world-class healthcare network coming together to help you take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Well, courtside of the Shark Tank, it's been all Lions in the third quarter. 15 points straight out of the locker room. Sharks still have not scored in the second half, and it's 35-26 Lions after the Sharks went into the locker room with a 26-20 lead. After the timeout by the Sharks, Kiana Bean gets it back off the inbounds pass from Yisrael. Bean stands at the top of the key, draws a double team, bounce pass underneath the basket is tapped away, but it comes right back to O'Berry. O'Berry drives to the right-hand wing, gets it back to Yisrael. Yisrael guarded by Brown, out high. Israel looking for a place to pass. Tries a left-hand dribble drive, but backs away from it. 3 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the quarter, and Kiana Bean controls now out high. She draws a double team. The ball cycles around to the left-hand corner. Alexia Brooks tries a three. It's too strong, but the offensive rebound goes to Tristan O'Berry. O'Berry back to the top for Israel. Israel back to O'Berry. O'Berry a three. Good from Tristan O'Berry, and the Sharks are on the board in the second half. It's 35-29. Pass over the timeline, and underneath the basket all alone for the layup is Javiva Thomas. It's too easy right now for Potter's House on the offensive side of the ball. 37-29. Jones double team to the right-hand wing. Her bounce passes off the foot of a Lion and into the hands of Potter's House. Running the floor all alone again and laying it up and in is Kiana Jones. 10-point lead for Potter's House, 39-29. Being across the timeline, 2:05 to play third quarter. Underneath the basket, it goes to Bean. Bean against the double team. Kicks it to the baseline for a jumper from Jones, and it's in and out. Offensive rebound and a foul. The basket is no good, but Tristan O'Berry will go to the line. And it'll be the first one on, Tristan Brown of the game. So at the line for two is Tristan O'Berry. Her first penalty shot is no good. Kyla Filippi checks into the game for the Sharks. She replaces Alexia Brooks. Had a really good couple of minutes, did Filippi, in the first quarter, as she got 4 quick points in 2 consecutive possessions. And her off-ball movement has been very good. Second free throw is up and no good, too short. Fighting for the rebound is Jones, but she steps on the baseline as she picked up the ball, and it'll be a Potter's House basketball. 10-point lead for the Potter's House Lions, 39-29, a minute 53 to go in the third quarter. Inbounding underneath the basket to listeners' right is Jaden Houston. Houston gets it in, then gets it back, and then the ball is stolen, but right into the hands of Kiana Jones. Sharks can't catch a break at the moment. Jones across the timeline, spin move out high to try and get away from Israel, but she's still guarded. Now O'Berry switches on to her. O'Berry guards her tightly. Houston shovels it underneath the basket to Thomas. Thomas works to the left-hand corner. She passes it underneath the basket to Bennett, and Bennett lays it in. Fourth separate score of the quarter, for the Lions. Bean into a transition three, too short. Fighting for the rebound underneath is Filippi, and it rolls all the way back out to Bean out high, and then she draws the foul in front of her own bench. And that'll be the fourth on Jasmine Bennett. Checking in is Kamari Brown. She comes in for Aliana Jones.
You good. Happy New Year.
Bean to inbound in front of her own bench. She gets it to Filippi out high. Filippi back to Bean, right-hand wing. Bean looked for a baseline drive. It wasn't there. The ball cycles back to the top to Israel. Then Bean gets it back. Bean to Israel. Israel looking for a left-hand dribble drive into the lane. Puts up a layup, and it's blocked by about 3 or 4 different Potter's House Lions. Kiana Jones had the ball poked away for a moment, but then got it back. Left-hand wing, here's Thomas, back to Jones, and then into the corner for Houston. Houston tries a 3, it's good. The Potter's House Lions have got their shooting shoes on here in this third quarter. 24 points for Potter's House in the third quarter. Bean drives the lane, gets the ball stripped out of her hands, and the ball came off her knee, so it'll be Potter's House basketball. Couple of changes for the Lions. Denacia Johnson comes in, as well as Nevaeh Thomas. And the Lions tried to inbound the ball. I didn't see anything untoward, but a whistle is gone. It's going to be Sharks to inbound under the basket that they attack to listeners' right. Into the game for the first time is freshman guard Vanessa Sprata for the Sharks. She replaces Kamari Brown. Bean, out high, Yisrael drives the lane, puts up a layup, a scoop shot, it's no good, rebounded by Potter's House. Now Yeshaya tries to tie up off the rebound, but it will go to Potter's House with the possession arrow. Yeshaya Israel dragged Nevaeh Thomas to the ground, holding the ball for that tie-up. The Sharks bring the full court press again. Underneath it goes to Jones. A long pass is tapped away by Bean, but out of bounds into the stands, and it'll be Lions to maintain possession. Across from the scorer's table, just inside Sharks' defensive territory. 12 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's all Lions right now. We didn't think it would be that way after the second quarter. Into the It comes into Kiana Jones. Jones stands next to the logo at midcourt with 8 seconds to play in the quarter. 7, now she gets it to her left hand, spins, kicks it to the corner. Bennett, a 3, too short. Kiana Bean grabs it, heaves it full court, and it's not close. And that's the end of the third quarter. Your score at the end of the third quarter, 44-29. Lions over the Sharks. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. I'm here with Coach George Butts before the first game of 2021 for the Atlantic Sharks as they take on the Potter's House. Play hard, eat clean, love big, and start living your best life, because we're here to help heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with the latest medical innovation and whole person care. It's time to take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Well, all Potter's House in the third quarter doesn't really begin to describe what happens in the last 8 minutes of basketball. They outscored the Atlantic Sharks 24-3. The lone points for the Sharks, a Tristan O'Berry three-pointer. Sharks begin with the basketball. Bean inbounds to Filippi. 44-29 your score. Filippi bounce pass under the basket. Now the ball comes out to the left-hand corner, and it's blocked. A three-pointer was up on the way from Alexia Brooks, and it was blocked at the point of attack by Jemiah Damper. Aliana Jones checks back in for the Sharks. Filippi checks out. Sharks will inbound under the basket that they attack to listeners left in this second half, trailing 44-29. Into the left-hand corner it goes. A 3 is on the way, and it's good! Tristan O'Berry has all 6 second-half points for the Sharks. Into the offensive front court, into the lane, kicking it to the left-hand baseline. Back out high it goes. Nice ball movement by Potter's House. Baseline drive, putting a shot up, and it's blocked by Alexia Brooks and into the hands of Tristan O'Berry, who hands it to Bean. That layup was put up by Javiva Thomas and blocked. Right-hand wing, here is Aliana Jones. Jones, bounce pass under the basket to Yeshaya Israel. Her layup's too strong, but Jones follows it and puts it back. Quick 5-0 run to drop the deficit to 10 for the Sharks. They are not out of this yet. They had the better of Potter's House for most of the first half, and they're going to force the Lions to call their first timeout with a double team in the corner on the inbounds pass. 7:04 to play in the fourth quarter, 44-34, Lions over the Sharks. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. Atlantic has started this fourth quarter strongly. They've got 5 straight points, a 3 from O'Berry and a putback layup by Jones to trail the Potter's House Christian Lions 34-44. Lions with the basketball now. Here's Kiana Jones guarded out high by her opposite number, Yisrael. The 2 number 3s going at it. Nice defense by Yisrael. Jones has to get rid of the ball. Now she does. Up top to Thomas. Thomas under the basket to Bennett. Bennett backing down Jones, and her shot is blocked by Jones. Now running the floor is O'Berry. O'Berry gets into the front court, goes all the way to the baseline, shovels it back to Alexia Brooks, and then Brooks' pass to the top is picked off, and a foul is going to be called as Kiana Jones falls into the Atlantic bench from a push by Yeshaya Israel. That's the second time in 2 games that an opposing player has ended up in the Sharks bench. Morgan Dillard of Seminole ended up there in the second half of their game back on December 11th. Here's Tristan Brown back into the game. The ball is poked away from her, but she gets it back and trying to run away from Tristan O'Berry. Ball goes underneath the basket. The layup is no good. Nice backdoor pass, but no shot. And now Kiana Bean's in trouble, has to get rid of the basketball. She does to Yeshaya Yisrael. Yisrael crosses the timeline, 6:11 to play in the game. Yisrael switches to the left hand, drives the lane, pass under the basket to Jones, and Jones lays it in. Excellent job of making the extra pass there by Yeshaya Yisrael for the bucket. Potter's House try to break contain. They do get it across the timeline to Damper. Damper runs the floor, gets to the baseline, and lays it in. Damper's first points in the second half. 46-36, 10-point lead for the Lions. Into the left-hand corner, here's O'Berry, drives baseline, layup no good. Fighting for the rebound is Jones, but it comes to Bennett for Potter's House, draws a double team, and dribbles out of it. Into the front court it comes, tapped away by Bean, but straight to Damper, and then a foul as Damper went up for the layup. And I think it's going to be on Yisrael, we shall see. Yep, it is going to be the second quick foul on Yeshaya Yisrael. So to the free throw line goes Jemiah Damper. And her first of two free throw shots is no good. Jaden Houston checks back into the game for the Lions. She replaces Kiana Jones. As Vanessa Sprata will be in, and she will likely replace Yeshaya Yisrael. No, she'll replace Alexia Brooks. Still nobody in foul trouble on the Atlantic side. On the Potter's House side, Jasmine Bennett has 4 fouls, and she's still out there. Second of 2 free throws coming for Damper after the substitutions, and she knocks it down. 47-36 now, an 11-point lead for the Lions. Bean across the timeline. Stands at the top of the key. The ball cycles around to the left-hand corner and then back to the top for Jones. Jones bounce pass right-hand corner, then gets it back, and she fails to control the pass. It bobbled off her fingertips and into the hands. Oh, and it was stripped by Jones. It was into the hands of Brown. Jones stripped it, and then it was tapped out of bounds by Jones. Or, sorry, by Brown. So Atlantic to inbound. Onto the basket, they attack the listeners left. The ball comes into O'Berry. O'Berry back out high for Vanessa Sprata, who's just checked in. Here's Yeshaya Yisrael now out high. Left-hand dribble drive, loses the handle, and the ball goes to Jasmine Bennett. Bennett runs the floor 2-on-1 if Potter's House hurry. Her layup is no good, but Brown was following the play and picks it up for Potter's House. Trapped into the corner, gets it underneath to Bennett. Bennett's layup no good, gets her own miss, puts it back and is fouled. Basket will not count, but the foul is going to go against Aliana Jones. It'll be her third. So to the line goes Jasmine Bennett. Only 2 points so far. Her first free throw is no good. Couple of changes for Potter's House. Referee is screening me, so I can't see who checked in. Janacia Johnson checks back in for the Lions. Second free throw is hanging on the rim and no good, so she misses them both, but the rebound goes to Kiana Bean. Bean crosses the timeline, 4:38 to go in the game, 11-point lead for Potter's House. Right-hand wing, here's O'Berry, gets around one, baseline drive, into the opposite corner. Long 2 from Jones on the baseline is no good, and then it's going to be a jump ball. Potter's House has the possession arrow has the possession arrow, and they will inbound under the basket that they defend. 2 listeners right. 4 minutes, 26 seconds to go in the ball game. Brown off the inbounds pass. It goes over Vanessa Sprata's head, and a timeout is going to be called by Potter's House. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, be sure to hit that like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Girls Basketball. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. This is Atlantic Girls Basketball on MJT Sports Productions. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Potter's House 47, Atlantic 36. The ball comes in out high to Damper. Damper drives the lane, puts up a layup, and it's in and out. Jones with the rebound for Atlantic. Kiana Bean runs the floor. Crosses the timeline, 4:10 to play. To the right-hand wing, Jones fires a three, it's too short. Vanessa Sprata fights for the rebound, it's just out of her hands, into the hands of Houston, and then a jump ball is called as tying Houston up was Tristan O'Berry. And Potter's House still has the possession arrow. So now the Sharks will employ full court press. Ball comes in to Brown. Brown back to Jones. Jones runs the floor, gets across the timeline, stops, pulls up from a three from the wing. It's too short, and the rebounded by Filippi. Filippi passes it ahead to O'Berry. O'Berry drives the lane and knocks over a defender. And is that an offensive foul? No, it is not. And it'll be this first foul on Damper of the game. And they're going to say it's in the act of shooting for O'Berry, so she'll go to the line. Tristan O'Berry, the highest scorer in the second half for the Sharks, as she's hit 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Aliana Jones has 4. That's the only scoring so far in the second half for Atlantic. Her first free throw bumps off the back and in for O'Berry. So now the lead is back to 10 for Potter's House, 3:49 to go, and a second free throw upcoming for O'Berry. O'Berry up and in on the second one, so she hits them both. 9 points the advantage. This is not over if Atlantic can get a scoring rhythm together, and they will be able to now, as not controlling the inbounds pass was Houston, and it'll be Atlantic ball in front of their own bench. Excuse me, Tristan Brown didn't control the inbounds pass, but either way, Kiana Bean gets it back from Filippi. Filippi out high, guarded by Jones. Now back to Bean. Bean back to Yisrael. Underneath the basket to Jones, and a foul is called. Not sure who it's on. We'll sort this out in a second. Blue 13, Bennett. That should be her 5th, and she is done. So Jasmine Bennett is done for the night after getting 5 fouls. Inbounding for the Sharks is Bean. She gets it to O'Berry, then Bean gets it back. Bean floats it to the left-hand wing for Yisrael. Yisrael, floater in the lane, too short, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Potter's House to inbound. Oh no, it'll be Atlantic to inbound. They say the ball came off of Jemiah Damper. Ball comes in quickly to Filippi while everybody was still confused. She fired a three from the right-hand wing, and it was too strong. And then the rebound is fought for, and it's going to be a jump ball. And Atlantic has the possession. So third bite of the apple here on the offensive end for Atlantic. Trying to make something work down the stretch, down by 9. Filippi against Brown, shovels it to O'Berry. O'Berry walks back to the top, and then Bean to the right-hand wing. Bean across to Jones. Jones open for 3. It's too strong, and Potter's House controls the rebound. Kiana Jones runs the floor, throws it ahead, over everybody's head, and out of bounds. That pass was intended for Jaden Houston. And Atlantic will get another opportunity to close the gap. Time ticking away for the Sharks. 2:48 to go. They're down by 9, 47-38. Filippi into the corner, driving baseline. Baseline runner, no good by O'Berry, too strong. Potter's House the rebound. Jones for the Lions. Across the timeline, left hand drive gets her to the top of the key, and nothing more as she's guarded by Yisrael. Shuffle to the top for... Oh, excuse me, there's a little bit of confusion. But now the ball goes to the left-hand corner. Brown tries a 3. It's too strong. Offensive rebound. Put back no good by Thomas. And then a foul as the rebound was taken by Jones. And Yeshaya Yisrael is down on the floor and in considerable discomfort. Yeshaya Israel remains down. We'll take a break and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. Back here at the Shark Tank, Yeshaya Israel took a really hard fall underneath the basket, and she remains down. She was helped to the sideline, and we will play on. Not sure who came in for Yisrael, and it's going to be Alexia Brooks coming back into the game for Yeshaya Yisrael, with the Sharks down 9, 47-38. Atlantic inbounds the ball. Kyla Filippi runs across the timeline. 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Sharks down 9 to the Potter's House Lions. Transition 3 by Kiana Bean. Knocks it down. Kiana Bean, that's her first points of the second half after having 11 in the first. Into the front court quickly are Potter's House. The layup is too short, and the ball is knocked away underneath the basket, and it will go out of bounds. Ball to Potter's House. Oh, no, they're going to call a foul. They're going to call it on Aliana Jones. That's her fourth. And 2 shots for Damper. She's 0 for 1 from the line, and now 1 for 3 as she misses the first one. .148 to go, 47-41. The lead for Potter's House. Second of 2 free throws coming for Jemiah Damper. It's no good. Aliana Jones grabs the rebound. Kiana Bean runs the floor. She's guarded by Johnson, and then a foul is going to be called on Kiana Bean. Oh no, they're going to call it on Damper. So Damper picks up her second jump. Bean ran coast to coast after picking up the rebound and ran all the way to the basket. It looked like it was an offensive foul, but they're going to get Damper for the block, and now Bean to the line to shoot 2. Minute 40 to play in the game. These are really critical free throws here. Oh, it's short on the first one. Kiana Bean, I think, is going to have to start taking some more threes. She hit 2. She was 2 of 3 in the first half. Her second free throw now for Kiana Bean. It is up, and it's too strong in and out. Missed them both. Potter's House now trying to break contain. They can try and run out the clock now with 1.5 minutes to go. Into the front court, underneath the basket. A layup is no good, and the ball pops free off the rebound, but Potter's House controls it back to the top for Jones. Now Houston rifles it underneath the basket to Jones. Jones lays it up, and it bounces in. Thomas lays it up, and it bounces in. 49-41, 1:10 minutes to go. Filippi bounce past Brooks. Left-hand wing 3 is on the way and no good. Bean taps the rebound to Filippi, but the ball goes right into the hands of Jaden Houston. And then Kiana Bean hits the floor. She's down in pain. Houston runs the floor. Her layup is no good. And then a timeout is called as Kiana Bean is holding her left calf. And another injury timeout is called. We'll take another short break and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks girls basketball. Back at the Shark Tank, 55 seconds left to go. It's 49-41 Potter's House over the Atlantic Sharks. But what's more important right now is the health of the Atlantic team. And what is the good news is Yeshaya Yisrael is back in the game after going down hard about 3 minutes ago. And she had to be helped off, but she's back in the game, but walking gingerly on her right leg. Philippi back to Israel, and Kiana Bean has just gone out with an injury. Jones. Brown came in to replace Bean. Now Jones underneath the basket, spin move, back to Philippi. Philippi steps to her left, fires along two, it's no good, rebounded by Potter's House. The ball is tapped up in the air though and taken by Jones for Atlantic. 32 seconds left. Bounce past Philippi, and she can't control it. It's gonna be Potter's House. Basketball, 27 seconds left. And the offense is just dried up in the second half. It was 26-20 at the end of the first half in favor of Atlantic, and then it's been all Potter's House in the second half here. Tristan Brown controls for Potter's House. He tries to throw it across the timeline, and then a hard contact between Kiana Jones and Kamari Brown results in a foul. I'm not sure who it's on. And they're going to call it on Kamari Brown. And now Brown is limping a little bit. And also Tristan Brown, both Kamari Brown and Tristan Brown are limping a little bit. And then a timeout is going to be called by Coach Butts. 16 seconds to go in the game. 49-41, the score in favor of the Potter's House Lions. Play hard, eat clean, love big, and start living your best life, because we're here to help heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with the latest medical innovation and whole person care. It's time to take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Coming up next, 2 away games for the Sharks. They're at Jacksonville Bulls as they rematch that game from the Battle on the Island tournament on the 9th. And then on the 13th, they're at New Smyrna Beach. Coming up next week, 2 games in the Jacksonville area for Potter's House as they take on North Florida Educational on the 13th, and then they're at Bishop Kenny on the 16th. That's what's coming up next for the Lions. And it looks like Potter's House is going to escape with a win here tonight after a very impressive third quarter. And then they just held on the fourth. Ball goes underneath the basket straight from the inbounds, and laying it in is Javiva Thomas. 8 seconds to go. Walking it across the timeline is Yisrael. Yisrael loses the handle, gets it to Jones on the baseline. Underneath the basket's Kamari Brown. Her shot is blocked as time expires. And that's the ball game. Your final score, Potter's House 51 and Atlantic Sharks 41. But what's more important is the health of Yeshaya Yisrael and Kiana Bean, who both went out with injuries in the fourth quarter, but also Lindsay St. Jean, Kyra Isaac, and Kylie Isaac, who were all out tonight. And the Sharks definitely missed them. We'll take 30 seconds and then be back with your final scores and figures. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks basketball. Welcome back. Well, it was not the result that the Sharks wanted tonight. They faced a tough Potter's House team. They did well in the first half. They led at the break 26-20, but then The Potter's House Lions outscored Atlantic 24-3 in the third quarter, and then the Sharks couldn't fight their way back into it. Your final score, Potter's House 51, Atlantic 41. Here are your final totals for Potter's House. Leading all scorers was Kiana Jones with 17 points. Javivia Thomas had 11. Tristan Brown had 10. Jemiah Damper had 6. Jaden Houston had 5, and Jasmine Bennett had 2. That's their 51. For Atlantic, their highest score was Kiana Bean with 14. Then Tristan O'Berry was second best with 11. Aliana Jones had 6. Kyla Filippi had 4, and Alexia Brooks had 3. Once again, your final score: Sharks 51. Sharks 41, the Lions of Potter's House 51. We'll be back on Friday. Next game up for the Atlantic Sharks girls basketball team is right here at the Shark Tank, and we'll have live coverage of Atlantic versus Pine Ridge. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. on MJT Sports Productions. I have been Michael Torello saying so long and have a very pleasant good evening. We'll see you next time.